Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Annette the Peacemaker coming to you live on my personal profile on Facebook and on my YouTube channel, Annette the Peacemaker, and also on the Yang Gang Report Live, also on Facebook. I kind of went out of order and I am sorry. So with me tonight is our Yang Gang friend, Brandon Tucker. And this is my first time ever meeting Brandon or ever seeing him or anything. So he said that he would come on and help me do the news cruise.
Yep.
And I was excited to have him. So Brandon, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. I'm from the great state of South Carolina. I run a YouTube channel and I do finance and politics.
Excellent. So we were just talking about how you're in the home of Lindsey Graham and how I had asked how South Carolina views him. So do you want to say what you just said about like half the people and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. South Carolina, for better or worse, is half of it's Trump territory, and that's the dichotomy we're dealing with. We have a lot of transplants from up north that are moving down here for the fairer weather. So we got a culture clash between North and South. That's exclusive to South Carolina.
Interesting. Well, that is cool. So you've been following the what are you calling it? Are you calling it riots? Are you calling it insurrection, a siege? What word would you use to describe what happened yesterday and is currently happening now? Coup is another one.
The coup d'etat would probably be the best description, even though it failed. Looking at some of the pictures that's circulating around Twitter and Facebook, between the pipe bombs, the IED, and them coming in with zip tie handcuffs, it looked like they were planning on taking hostages.
Oh, wow. So that really ups the ante because a lot of people are saying, like, oh, well, you weren't saying they were terrorists during the George Floyd protests or the BLM protests and stuff, but like they weren't kidnapping people and stuff. Yeah, they set places on fire, but
Setting fire to an empty building and actively trying to take members of the government hostage because you don't like what they're doing are two drastically different things.
I concur. I totally agree with you. So, yeah. So what I was going to do is share a screen and just kind of go over to Twitter and see what the top news is. And maybe we can watch a little bit of video and talk about it and whatnot.
Sounds
Let me hit
good.
home first. Share screen. I use Twitter for predominantly politics. And then I still use Facebook for politics, like for Yang Gang stuff and whatever, because I have like over 1,000 Yang Gang friends. So it's really hard to not do that. You know, I might have like 400 or 500 like IRL friends, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I'm trying to kind of make that distinction and kind of make that transition. Maybe I can do my political stuff over here and then kind of keep my more personal stuff over here. But we'll see how it goes. It's a transition in process.
All right.
So, all right. So here we go. I'm at home today. All right. So 2 cabinet. Let's see what this is. 2 cabinet members and several White House officials resigned following violence at U.S. Capitol.
Yep.
Several White House officials have handed in their resignations after a pro-Trump mob stormed the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. On Thursday, Education Secretary Betsy DeVos and Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao, isn't that Mitch's wife?
Yep, sure is.
Okay. And that Betsy DeVos, that devil woman.
Oh,
So they announced their resignations. Yes.
hey,
Becoming the first 2 members of President Trump's cabinet to leave since the attack. Trump's former chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney, I'd seen that headline earlier, and top European and Russian official on the National Security Council, Ryan Tully, were also among those who resigned on Thursday. Others, including First Lady Melania Trump's chief of staff, Stephanie Grisham, quit on Wednesday. And now I think that I recognize that name. I think she was the one that recorded Melania saying, "Fuck Christmas."
yep, that's the one.
Okay. So, well, that is something. Oh, I can't stand that Betsy DeVos.
Don't get me started on Betsy. I got a few choice words for her.
Yes, me too. We're going to try to stay humanity first, though, as hard as it is
Hard as we can.
to do. We will try. We try. Okay, so Schumer says Trump must be immediately removed from office. So have you been following that news today? Like, have they made progress on any kind of progress over the 25th or impeachment?
The way that the way it's been happening is Nancy told Pence today, either you do it or I would do it. I'm going to give you time to decide. About eight
Okay.
o'clock, Pence came out and said he's not going to do it.
Okay. Yeah, a friend was over earlier this morning, and they were wondering if maybe, like Trump or not, Pence's life is in danger. Like I would imagine that like some threats
Whew.
have been thrown out there.
Oh yeah,
I
Uh,
wouldn't be surprised.
there's a few rumors going around on Parlor and through certain other unscrupulous sites that they want to get back at Pence for not supporting Trump during the certification yesterday. But as of now, nothing
So his
concrete
life
has.
is in danger.
Uh, I would bet money on it.
Do, do you go on Parlor to see what's going on over there?
Yes, ma'am.
What's it like? I've never gone. I can't deal. It's like
Uh,
Facebook sometimes is just enough. you know?
the best way to put
So
it,
what's it like?
the best way to put it would be if 4chan, Reddit, and Twitter had a baby.
Wow. And is it
It's
pretty ugly? I've
it
seen, I've seen like screenshots of some stuff, but
it's real like Jim Jones, like Jonestown's cultists over there. It's deep.
ooh, okay.
It's not pretty.
All right. Okay, so Betsy's trying to. Okay, well, let's. I don't even want to read what Betsy had to say.
Mm-mm. Betsy is trying to say
Um, Trump
Betsy.
pledges an orderly transition after Biden declared. I want to get to that video.
Mm,
I saw that earlier. Whose page was that on? Um, um, oh, yes, I remember now.
gotcha.
I don't know how to spell his name. No, that's not right. Giannino? It's like some Italian last name. Oh, gosh dang it. Well, we're just going to have to cruise and hope for the best.
All right, let's go.
Um, I just can't believe how casual they are in there. You know? Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
just strolling through like a walk in the park.
Some of the reports that are coming out, once you start sorting through all the finger pointing and such, it looks like the
Uh huh.
police, the Central Intelligence
Here it is.
Agencies turned a blind eye to a lot of it.
Wow. I mean, they've been blatantly, openly
Mhm.
talking about it for a while now.
Mhm.
Maybe they wanted it to happen. All right, let's see what this nincompoop has to say.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. We have just been through an intense election and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. We must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws to verify the identity and eligibility of all voters and to ensure faith and confidence in all future elections. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people. A menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens,
Oh,
isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives. Defeating this pandemic and rebuilding the greatest economy on earth will require all of us working together. It will require a renewed emphasis on the civic values of patriotism, faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bonds of love and loyalty that bind us together as one national family. To the citizens of our
no
country,
way.
serving as your president has been the honor of my lifetime. And to all of my wonderful supporters, I know you are disappointed, but I also want you to know that our incredible journey is only just beginning. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
Huh.
Yeah, that was a thing. That's all I can say. Without, that's all I can say nicely.
Yeah.
That was the most half-hearted "I'm sorry" I've heard in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't feel any sense of apology in there.
Oh no, no, that seems like something his lawyers told him to say.
Yes. Yes. And then, you've heard that he can't read or he has like really, really low reading skills.
Mhm.
Um, I always wonder if he doesn't have, like, if they're not speaking it to him in a tiny little earbud.
Would not be surprised. It would not surprise me in the least.
because there were some big words on there. There's
Hmm.
some. I mean, if that's true, if it's true that he can't read,
Well,
then
he's going to doing recorded responses instead of live responses now. So he has all the time in the world to
uh-huh,
practice.
true. Well, let's see. I wonder if Vigilant is still doing the hunger strike.
Oh,
Do you know about that?
I did not.
This gal here. Yes. So this gal here, Vigilant,
Hmm.
we just had her on the show maybe about a week ago, and she was about like, I don't remember. She's like she's got to be at least 15 days in on a
Ooh,
hunger strike until we get the $2,000 a month.
ooh,
Yeah, super intense. You know?
like hats
Uh,
off to her.
yeah, I couldn't do it.
I think the earliest we can
Yep, she must still be doing it.
I think the earliest we can even vote is like the 22nd.
Oh, well, she might not be able to go that long. She's
Mhm.
still drinking water and drinking like liquid, like powder mixes and things
Okay,
like that. So she's still having like nutrition, um, but is like strictly liquids, I'm sure.
okay. She might make it till the end of January then.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a video of her
Mhm.
if there's a little short one. Oh well. Oh, they're so cute. I love that family.
They
All
are
right, let's see
adorable.
this Kaylee McEnany, whatever. How they are adorable. I love them. Okay, let's see what's going on with this. You
Hum-
know,
Human?
George Takai. Yes, this human. So I'm surprised she hasn't quit. She'll probably stick it out to the end.
Like, I don't even think she has it in her to quit at this point.
All right, let's see what she says. I think it's really short. I can only stand to listen to these people for very short bursts. So I enjoy it on Twitter. Stop it.
Those who violently besieged our capital are the opposite of everything this administration stands for. Those who violently besieged our capital are the opposite of everything this administration stands for. Those who violently besieged our capital
who cares?
are the opposite of everything the administration.
I don't think so.
Ooh,
Should we see what Donald's got to say on his?
sure, why not?
He
It
just
can't
came
be any
out of
worse.
Twitter jail. I mean, I don't follow him or anything. I only see what other people retweet.
Well, he just got his account back like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was in jail. Everybody for he was in Twitter jail, but Facebook and Instagram are suspending him until at least Inauguration Day.
No,
I heard.
Zuckerberg
Or
came
is
out
that
today.
correct?
Zuckerberg came out today and said he is suspended indefinitely, which was then followed by Snapchat and Spotify.
Indefinitely. Wow.
Mm.
All right. Everyone to remain peaceful, no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Yeah, right. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Mm-hmm.
And I don't even believe that
Well, at least he
because
spelled capital correctly. I'm happy about that.
what
Please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They're truly on the side of our company.
well, I said that would make sense if they didn't kill an officer yesterday.
Did they?
Yep. It came out about 3,
I didn't.
4
I
hours.
saw a headline earlier that no officers were killed.
About 3, 4 hours ago, it came out that one Capitol Police officer
Three,
was
4
killed.
hours ago.
Hmm.
Oh. Blue lives only matter when it's convenient, I suppose, then.
Yep.
Okay. Even Mexico uses voter ID. Arizona, you get a little card, a little voter ID card here in Arizona.
South Carolina too.
And I've never had that in any other state. Yeah, I don't think I've had that before. I don't remember having one before. I just showed my driver's license. All right. Well, we don't care about that old stuff. All right. Let's see what he says here. Oh,
Oh, this Hannity.
and then this is about all I can take of him. Oh, well, play, dang it.
Actually, but they came from all over our country. I just really want to see what they do. I just want to see how they covered.
Well, F him then. Okay, so let's see what's going on with Ben Carson here.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Maybe he'll quit. That'd be great.
I never thought I would see today Ben
Did he do
Carson.
anything good at all while he was in office that you know of?
He redecorated. He definitely should have been attorney.
Yes, he did. Very
he should have been.
luxuriously.
He should have been Surgeon General, not over the
Oh,
hood.
my internet is slow. I'm sorry. There we
They
go.
legitimately made a brain surgeon over the hood.
Yeah. Oh, at this point, the cabinet is just Ben Carson and his imaginary friends. Oh, now we gotta watch Katie. Oh, I thought it was a clip. I love Katie Porter.
Oh, she takes no prisoners.
No, she is fierce. I love her. Oh. Yeah, I don't even know who is left.
Think Martin Midley is left, and his
Who's
kids.
that?
I think that was one of his aides. Like a lot of his aides put in their resignation too.
Oh. What about Kellyanne?
Oh, Kellyanne, she's been
Not
pretty.
yet.
Oh no, Kellyanne Conway dipped out. I think sometime in October of last year.
Was that around the time when her daughter was being really outspoken and
Yep. Her daughter was getting death threats and being bullied because of her mother, and then her father was never around, trying to not
Oh.
get Trump elected through the Lincoln Project.
Right?
So that kid didn't have anybody
Can
around.
you imagine what their marriage is like? They can't sleep in the same room. I cannot imagine they sleep in the same room.
Oh no.
No way.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they stayed married
My
this long.
goodness. Me too. Well,
Ben Carson looks like he's not really saying anything right now.
oh, that's not good. Is that okay? Is it okay for a black person to have one of these? I would imagine it would be better than a white person.
Yeah, probably so. His interior decorator probably got it for him or something.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's boring. Let's go see if there's anything going on in YouTube land. Let me see one last time.
YouTube land's been pretty.
68 arrests and 56 officers were injured.
Yep.
And this is your YouTube channel. I just went and subscribed to it. I didn't even look at it. I just did.
Much
And
appreciated.
so if anybody is watching this, this is Brandon's channel. All right, let's see what's going on at the home page first. I get really impatient. I'm like a multiple clicker. Just like, go, load. That probably doesn't help. Calls grow to remove Trump from office. What do you think would be good? Here's some live news.
Let's do.
Should we look
Let's
at
do
this
live.
live?
Yep.
All right.
Daughter off to the richest man in the world. I just kind of came along to make sure the marriage settled in well.
Our generation's biggest problem.
Climate change is happening.
And the world's most innovative solutions.
Transport, industry, buildings, electricity, all of those things.
Everything you need to know. About our changing environment, the politics of global warming.
We can and we will deal with climate change.
In the fight against climate change, Bloomberg Green has you.
At controlling the deaths from COVID-19. Do you think out of this pandemic, we'll see more countries be willing to elect female leaders?
When we look at women leaders, we tend to project on them baggage that they shouldn't bear.
Women are given an opportunity when no one else wants to do the job.
Women have a very clear objective. They want
The loading sucks.
to save lives.
The women leaders, if you look at their careers, have also built up a level of trust.
In fact, women have to be better at communication in order to be elected as leaders, whereas this doesn't hold true for men.
It does not. Donald Trump
We
cannot
need to
communicate.
All right, what else is there?
out of our head and give women their run for leadership.
Trying to change the
This
stereotypes
one?
about women. It's not only the business of women, but men have to be part of it.
Bloomberg, quick takes. Do we love or hate CNN? I could look at some CNN.
Let's try CNN.
No, I think I could get in trouble for sharing theirs.
Oh, okay.
I might get in, yeah, because they're copyrighted.
Quick take
Mm.
Tokyo. I'm Kirby Mori in Tokyo. Elon Musk isn't the only one.
Let's see what
taking his
Paget
last
Kagi
score.
has to say.
Loyal Tesla fans are
All
also
right.
benefiting.
I won't get
We
in
go to
trouble for sharing
Wisconsin,
that.
where one man took a $10,000 investment and turned it into $1 million.
So I originally invested in Tesla in 2017.
I already looked at that one. One day ago, 21 hours ago. No, nothing new. We can see what Tom from Nerds for Yang has to say. Or I guess it's Nerds for Humanity now.
Yep.
He's coming on with us on Sunday.
Oh, awesome.
This coming Sunday.
But we haven't felt we needed to go there, and just to maybe put a little different spin on what Mark is saying, Mark Meadows. Yeah, we'd like to go further, but we don't really need to. We have all the votes we need. We won the state. If you took, these are the most minimal numbers.
Well, we already know about all this
Those
stuff.
are numbers that are certified. Your absentee ballots sent to
Oh, so it's like a negotiation. I get it. This is really like buying a condo. He needs 11,781 votes. He's basically asked for 300,000 because of the dogs and the dead people and the vacant houses and the signatures and the shredding and the burning and whatever. So he's like, hey, I need 300,000. And he's like, oh, okay. You're right. Maybe some of that Dominion stuff is BS. So, but you just give me 50,000. I don't want 300,000. Just give me the 50,000. Oh, great. I won by 40,000 now. So this is a very transactional deal that they're working through. They're basically, the opening offer was 300,000. They need 11,781 to win. At some point, he's probably just going to say, bro, give me 11,781 and we're done. And you got a deal. But let's see.
vacant addresses, your out-of-state voters, 4,925. When you add them up, it's many times the 11,779 number. So we could go through. We have not gone through your Dominion, so we can't give them blessing. I mean, in other states, we think we found tremendous corruption with Dominion machines, but we'll have to see.
But I don't need the Dominion because all I need is 11,781. So just give me a fraction of what I asked for, and I get to win the state of Georgia and then throw the whole country into another state of turmoil. Yeah? Speaking of turmoil, this is how you get it.
We only lost the state by that number, 11,000 votes, and 779. So with that being said, with just what we have, and with just what we have, we're giving you minimum numbers. We're doing the most conservative numbers possible. We're many times above the margin, and so we don't really have to mark. I don't think we have to go through because what's the difference between winning the election by two votes and winning it by 500,000 votes. I think we probably did win it by 500,000. You know, one of the things that happened, Brad, is we have other people coming in now from Alabama and from South Carolina and from other states, and they're saying it's impossible for you to have lost Georgia. We won, you know, in Alabama.
So that's new evidence now. We have people from Alabama that are saying it's impossible that Georgia went for Biden. Therefore, I guess it's true. If Alabama says Georgia went for Trump, I guess we should just give it to Trump. I didn't know Alabama was so powerful. I thought this was supposed to be a federal system with states and their own rights. I thought this was a republic. But so much for states' rights. I guess Alabama and Texas are now in charge of the United States of America.
Alabama, we set a record, got the highest vote ever. In Georgia, we set a record.
The fact that you won Alabama does not mean that you should have won the entire country. Alabama, let's all be honest here. Alabama is Alabama. Alabama is not Georgia. I'm sure there are plenty of people of Georgia who would agree that they are not Alabama. They make up their own minds. You know, the states' rights, right? States' rights.
Most people don't want to be Alabama.
A massive amount of votes. It's not possible to have lost Georgia. And I can tell you by our rallies. I can tell you by the rally I'm having on Monday night.
I can tell you who won the election by my rallies. Okie dokie, yeah. Throw out the ballots, man. We'll just have competing rallies and see how many people who can have the biggest super spreader events. And that's who gets to be president.
The place, they already have lines of people standing out front waiting. It's just not possible to have lost Georgia. Not possible.
Not possible.
When I heard it was close, I said, there's no way.
No.
But they dropped a lot of votes in there late at night. You know that, Brad. And that's what we are working on.
You know that, Brad. I love the suggestions. He's such a salesman. It's like, this condo, there's no better condo than this one. You know that. You know this is the best condo on the market. You should buy it. Trump University. It's amazing. It's the best. It's the best university in the world.
Very, very stringently. But regardless of those votes, with all of it being said, we lost by essentially 11,000 votes, and we have many more votes already.
No, it's not essentially 11,000. It's 11,779, which if you rounded it to the nearest thousand would be 12,000. It is the last thing from essentially 11,000.
Calculated and certified too. So I just don't know, you know, Mark, I don't know what's the purpose. I won't give Dominion a pass because
I don't know what's the purpose. Yeah, why are we on this call? You lost, bro. Why are we? I'm sure the guys in Georgia are looking at each other like, what? I don't know what the purpose is. What does he want us to do?
Because we found too many bad things, but we don't need Dominion or anything else. We have won this election in Georgia based on all of this. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, Brad. You know, I mean,
this reminds me of Clear and Present Danger when the president's saying, "That's our money. We found it. Just tell them it's our money." You guys remember that? Anybody watch Clear and Present Danger? Sorry for the segue. But I think here is where there's going to be an ask made. But let's see.
In Georgia, based on all of this, and there's nothing wrong with saying that, Brad. You know, I mean, having a correct. The people of Georgia are angry, and these numbers are going to be repeated on Monday night, along with others that we're going to have by that time, which are much more substantially.
Basically, I'm going to tweet out in all caps a bunch of new, very large, scary numbers and stories about dead people and cows and zombies. So I'm going to be, Brad, I'm going to make a lot of trouble for you. I'm going to make a lot of trouble for you. So why don't you just work with me?
And the people of Georgia are angry. The people of the community, and there's nothing wrong with saying that, you know.
What's that?
That you
that sounds like a extortion to me.
Why would they recalculate?
Yeah.
calculated like 3 or 4 times. What are they going to say? Because you don't have any evidence. What's Brad going to do? He can't make up 11,781 votes.
In 2,236 and absentee ballots. I mean, they're all exact numbers that were done by accounting firms.
They're all exact numbers that were done by accounting firms and law firms that work for the Trump campaign. So, of course, they're right.
Law firms, etc.
Yeah, etc.
Even if you cut them in half, and cut them in half again, it's more votes than we need.
There you go. See, I've asked for 300,000. If you cut it in half and just give me 150,000, I win. Oh, but I'll even give you a better deal. Cut that in half, and that's 75,000. I win. And cut that in half, and cut that in half, and I still win. So clearly, just give me the election. Don't worry about the fact that I can't prove any of this in court. Your opening position, President Trump, should have been 1 billion votes, and then you would definitely have won, because he only would need to give you 1% of 1% of 1%.
Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
Oh! Oh! Did you guys hear that? What? Mr. President, the challenge that you have is your data is wrong. I love this man. Let's hear that again. That's memorable. Mr. President, you're full of shit.
All exact numbers that were done by accounting firms, law firms, etc.
Yeah.
And even if you cut them in half, and cut them in half again, it's more votes than we need.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong. We talked to the congressmen, and they were surprised, but I guess there was a person named Mr. Raynard that came to these meetings and presented data. And he said that there was dead people, I believe it was upward of 5,000. The actual number were 2. 2.
Oh! So Trump said there were 5,000. Then someone actually showed up to one of the hearings with evidence, and it turns out there were 2. Yeah, but 2's not going to help if you need to find 11,780 votes. So you better say there were 5,000 dead people.
2 people that were dead that voted. And so that's wrong. That was 2.
Well, Cleta, how do you respond to that? I mean, you tell me.
What I will say, Mr. Secretary, one of the things that we have requested, and we didn't, what we said was, and if you look at this, if you read our petition, it said that we took the names and birth years, and we had certain information available to us. We have asked from your office for records that only you have. And so,
wait a minute. I thought you said that you had certified that 5,000 dead people voted. But no, it turns out that you have a petition asking for access to information to hopefully substantiate your wild allegations. That is not the same as saying we have it certified by your accountant and law firms. Interesting.
So we said there's a universe of people who have the same name and the same birth year and died, but we don't have the records that you have. And one of the things that we have been suggesting formally and informally for weeks now is for you to make available to us the records that would be necessary to confirm.
But even before you.
Oh, this is so great. So when you want to accuse someone of foul play, you just say, hey, in order to prove it, I need you to give me access to information that I don't have to prove that what I'm saying is true. I mean, by that token, then you should be able to ask every private citizen and every organization to have complete lack of confidentiality or security protocols. That everybody should just give up everything and let you go on a fishing expedition. I think what the president should have said is, I believe there were dead people voting. I have no evidence of it, but I would like you to provide me with all of the access I need and let my accountants and my very honest lawyers and Kylie McEnany and Jenna Ellis and all these wonderful, smart, and Rudy Giuliani, and they'll figure it out for you. But that's not what he said. What he said was he had certified 5,000 dead voters. Now it's not really certified. It's we would like access to information to maybe prove.
Do that, Fleeta, even before you do that, and not even including that. That's why I hardly even included that number. Although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people.
A tremendous amount of dead people. Well, what number I can't tell you, but it's certified, I'm sure.
So I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. I'm sure we do in Georgia.
Yes, I'm sure.
But we're so far ahead.
Oh, this is the okay. You don't like the voting machine argument? I don't need that. Oh, there's only 2 dead people and they're Republicans. Okay, well I actually don't even need that either. So he's almost like backpedaling because I guess Cleta or whoever is on his team is like, well, we want access to prove it. Now he's like, well, shit, if you give me the access and I can't prove it, I'm going to look bad. Why don't we do this? Why don't we just say, I don't need it. I don't need that. I don't need the Diebold. I don't need the dead people because I still have, the vacant lots or something else. Out-of-state people, maybe the Alabamans came in. Let me give a quick shout out to the Nerds for Humanity members. And first of all,
okay. So anybody watching this at any time, everybody should go to Nerds for Humanity and like the videos that you see there and share them if you know how to do that. And then, of course, subscribe. And I'm going to go ahead and get notifications so that way I'll know when new videos come out. So, all right. Well, I guess that's about as much news. I guess Biden said some sort of speech.
Oh yeah,
Biden. Look and see what he said. And then,
Biden had a scathing speech.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Because Biden had a scathing speech.
Oh, Joe Biden's speech.
Yep.
This.
No matter how good or bad that president is, at their best, the words of a president can inspire. At their worst, they can incite. Therefore, I call on President Trump to go on national television now to fulfill his oath and defend the Constitution and demand an end to this siege, to storm the Capitol, to smash windows.
Dude with a podium.
Occupy offices. The floor of the United States Senate, rummaging through desks. On the Capitol, on the House of Representatives, threatening the safety of duly elected officials. It's not protest. It's insurrection.
He's right. All right. There's no other way to put it.
There really isn't. It is different. And why were there no rubber bullets? And were there smoke bombs and or whatever, like the tear gas and rubber bullets? None of that happened today or yesterday.
They didn't break that out until 4 p.m., like 2 hours before the curfew.
Okay.
But before that, since the entire, I believe the entire event started at 1:30. From 1:30 to 4 o'clock, they had little to no resistance.
And then I saw that little TikTok video where the cops just opened the gates for them and just like let them walk in.
Yep, and some of those
That's
interviews,
craziness.
some of the cops that were interviewed were like, "We're outnumbered, so we're just gonna let them do what they want, do what they're gonna do." They didn't really try to stop them.
Wow.
The inside guards tried to stop them.
Well, I wanted the whole speech. There's Lindsay.
Sure.
I saw somebody asking last night, was he drunk? It's 4 minutes. Can I stand it? Can we stand it?
Let's go.
I don't really want to watch it. Yeah, you want to? Okay. All right.
It's not going to do any good. It's going to delay.
Okay.
If you're looking for a way to convince people there was no fraud, having a commission chosen by Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, and John Roberts is not going to get you to where you want to go. It ain't going to work. So it's not going to do any good. It's going to delay, and it gives credibility to a dark chapter of our history. That's why I'm not with you. But I will fight to my death for you. You're able to object. You're not doing anything wrong. Other people have objected. I just think it's a uniquely bad idea to delay this election. Trump and I, we've had a hell of a journey. I hate it being this way. Oh my God, I hate it. From my point of view, he's been a consequential president. But today, first thing you'll see. All I can say is count me out. Enough is enough. I've tried to be helpful. But when the Wisconsin Supreme Court ruled 4-3 that they didn't violate the Constitution of Wisconsin, I agree with the 3, but I accept the 4. If Al Gore can accept 5-4, he's not president. I can accept Wisconsin 4-3. Pennsylvania, it went to the Second Circuit. So much for all the judges being in Trump's pocket. They said, no, you're wrong. I accept the Pennsylvania Second Circuit that Trump's lawsuit wasn't right. Georgia, they said the secretary took the law in his own hands. He changed the election laws unlawfully. A federal judge said, no, I accept the federal judge even though I don't agree with it. Fraud. They said there's 66,000 people in Georgia under 18 voted. How many people believe that? I asked, give me 10. And I had 1. They said 8,000 felons in prison in Arizona voted. Give me 10. I hadn't gotten 1. Does that say there's problems in every election? I don't buy this. Enough's enough. We got to end it. Vice President Pence, what they're asking you to do, you won't do because you can't. You talk about interesting times. I associate myself with Rand Paul. How many times will you hear that? The mob has done something nobody else could do to get me and Rand to agree. Rand is right. If you're a conservative, this is the most offensive concept in the world, that a single person could disenfranchise 155 million people. The President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and the House of Representatives, open all certificates, and the votes shall then be counted. The person having the greatest number of votes for president shall be president. Where in there does it say Mike can say, I don't like the results? I want to send them back to the states. I believe there was fraud. To the conservatives who believe in the Constitution, now's your chance to stand up and be counted. Originalism, count me in.
Huh. Oh, wow. He's so
it means
good.
what it says.
That is the most double talking man, second to Trump, I've ever heard of.
I don't want to give them any airtime. Yeah.
Like, he's been one of the ones like propping Trump up, giving him legitimacy ever since the election happened, and now that you've been personally and physically threatened, now you want to jump ship? That doesn't make any sense to me.
And he was totally against him before he was elected.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Ted Cruz.
Well, Trump.
Like
Trump talked mad smack about Ted Cruz's wife, and now Ted Cruz is his best friend.
All right. Well, we're coming up on an hour, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's just disgusting. So, okay. Well, we got the gist of what's going on. So maybe I'll come back tomorrow and do it again. I don't really have like a strict schedule. So thanks for hanging out with me. That was fun.
My
It's
pleasure.
nice to meet somebody new. We've been Facebook friends, but I've never like met you like this, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
We're growing our network.
Happy to chat.
What's he hang up to?
Oh, what we got?
Yeah, we will see you next time. So, yeah, whenever I throw out those just random invitations, feel free to jump in if you're around.
I surely will.
I'm going to stop sharing this. Oops. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.